Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Minato Survived the Kyubi Attack Night? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now, before continuing this, I was, thinking along the lines of making a story that was something different, but you know what? I midway changed the story into this direction, and this happened. So, yeah. I was, experimenting and this happened. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. And if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And stay tuned for a story on Meta What If channel as well. As usual, it is a double upload today on both channels. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato on October 10th in nighttime, as it was supposed to be a peaceful night in the whole village, until it turned out to be the most horrific event they have ever witnessed in their entire lives. As in the history of the village, it has been only the second time that they were facing a, village ending catastrophe, and that was the same catastrophe all over again. Kyubi no Yoko. The Biju descended upon them out of nowhere, but as soon as it materialized, it was in a trance like state for a moment, giving the villagers enough time to evacuate the place and get to safe destination, while the shinobis dashed in the front lines to make sure that they were acting as a line of defense for the village. Leading and taking the charge of these people was Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was currently being patient with a lot of questions within him. How in the hell did this happen? Where was their leader? And why he was not doing anything, being here and stopping this mess? As currently putting aside these questions, he was thinking along the lines of how he could lead his men in order to stop this catastrophe from happening. Because the last time this happened was when Madara took control over the Kyubi and decided to descend upon Konoha. But Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, was present at the time. He, alongside his wife Mito Uzumaki, were able to stop the Biju as well as Madara in their tracks, as well as seal the Biju away. And this time, they were not so sure, because Minato and neither Kushina were present. And that all cleared when a huge toad jumped over Hiruzen and headbutted with the Kyubi. I'll buy you enough time, kid. Just make sure that you have the seal ready by then, said the huge toad. Everyone knew who it was. It was the chief toad of the Toad Summoning Clan, Gamabunta, as it was a signature move by Minato to introduce his arrival in the midst of the battle, like his sensei Jiraiya, one of the legendary Saiyans. As now we see, Hiruzen jumped in, taking to the side of Minato. How in the hell did this happen? I thought you had everything under control, Minato. Everything was, until a masked person appeared. He claimed to be Madara and, well, you know the rest. I mean, it's pretty much obvious, isn't it? What are you going to do now, Minato? How are we gonna stop this? Kamabunta can buy enough time only. There's only two options now. Either we use the previous seal, or we use the Rebirth Death seal. What? Are you insane? Using that accursed seal would kill you. We have no other choice but to try that. You know that, and I know that. There's nothing we can do. I have to do this. No. I know that seal as well. What? But I thought you told me that I lied to you. It was because I never wanted you to learn that seal. That is why I gave it no importance. Shrugged it off. But it seems I might have piqued your curiosity, Minato. Leave this matter to me. I will be the one dealing with this. As after the seal was drawn by Minato, Hiruzen began to do the hand seals. As soon as the hand seals were finished, Gamabunta was thrown right beside the Hokage monument. Kid, I'm at my limit. Are you done yet? Yelled out Kamabunta loud. But at that moment, Kyubi was awake from its trance-like state. What? You think I will be sealed again? You're sadly mistaken. As the Kyubi began to charge towards the child in which it was about to be sealed, and that is when we see Kushina jumped in, using the chakra chains to stop the Biju in its tracks so that it could not harm her child. But in doing so, she was pierced straight throughout the stomach, As both Minato as well as Hiruzen's eyes widened. No, Kushina, do it, Minato. Now is the chance. As Hiruzen then said, Winart, Reaper that seal. As the Shinigami was summoned, and as soon as it arrived, Hiruzen exchanged its soul in exchange for the Biju being sealed within Naruto completely. As the exchange was made and the Biju was sealed within Naruto. As that day, Konoha lost two of the greatest Konoichi as well as Shinobi. Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage, died, and so did Minato's wife and Naruto's mother, Kushina Uzumaki. No, Kushina. Hiruzen-sama, are you okay? He's dead, Sensei, said Kakashi. He used the Reaper that seal. Yes, you're right. As that is when there was a little bit of cheer and celebration going on around. Tell them to stop celebrating, Kakashi. Might have won the battle, but we lost something much more precious. A lot of us did. As after that we see, suddenly an envoy arrived, and bowed in front of Minato. Minato-sama, you have been summoned by the council. Summoned? That's new. You have been requested by them. Please. Sir. Kakashi. Take care of this mess. I'm leaving you in charge. But what about Naruto? He's going to stay by me. I'll be the one to protect him. Kushi-chan did say that protect our child, didn't she? Yes. Yes, she did. That is what I'm going to do. As now we see that Minato walked all across Konoha holding on to his child, ignoring the people, feeling extremely numb and cold, into the council chamber. As soon as he was seated, Naruto was already asleep. As he then said, this meeting is in session. As immediately everyone, like mad wild dogs, begin to throw their questions at Minato's face. As Minato then said, enough. I told you, one by one. Nobody listened to him until he began to do something. Draw two things on a little piece of paper as he ripped them apart and placed them near Naruto's temple so that he couldn't hear. After activating, he then yelled out, after amplifying his voice with chakra, enough! I told you all to stop. Are you all insane, rabid dogs who need to be taught again and again? You are all a part of a council of Konoha. We are here to make decisions, tough or worse, good and better. The situation is worst, way worse than possible. I know that, but that doesn't give us a reason to act like immature childs. If you are not going to act any more like kids, then we can begin. I, we wish to know what went wrong. How did this happen, Minato-sama? What do you think? There was a breach, obviously. A person was there claiming to be Mother Uchiha. What, Minato? But that cannot be. I know, Fugaku. Now I'm not going to blame the Uchiha clan, because that person indeed was an outsider. I don't know how he got his hands on the Sharingan, but one thing is for certain. He has someone's Sharingan who is extremely powerful enough to manipulate the Kyubi. We need to get to the bottom of this, said Fugaku. Of course we will, Fugaku. But not now. Right now we need something. Something to uplift the spirits of the people and get this village up and running again. We might have been taking a lot of bigger setback, but we will recover from this. As everyone begin to agree and murmur at what Minato has said. Until one hand rose. I have one question left, Minato, said Danzo. What happened to the Kyubi? I have assumed that Kushina-san is dead. Yes, she died. As Tazumi and the others looked down, because even if some of them were annoyed by Kushina, she was still their friend. And she was no more. So is the Jinchuriki now. That will be my son, mine and Kushina's. Hiruzen-sama sacrificed himself. using the Reaper Death Seal to seal the Kyubi within my child. I see. Now, I would like to ask the council of something that might seem out of the box, but it is, as I'm going to say, quite beneficial for the whole village. I would like to request the council and the esteemed father to allow me to train the Kyubi no Yoko Shinchuriki because, before you raise any fingers, I think it would be for the best of reasons. Kushina was not able to control the Biju at such a delicate situation. Similar thing could happen to Naruto. Naruto is not the one who's going to give birth. Things are different for him, Danzo. You might have forgotten about that. The previous two Jinchurikis of Kyubi was both females. This time it is a male. Uncharted territory. I will be examining my own child from afar and making sure that his growth is steady. You don't need to worry about anything. And as far as training goes, me and my sensei, Jiraiya, are more than enough. But Jiraiya is away, Minato. Or have you forgotten about that? Said Homura. And what says he cannot be called back at any beck and call? Especially from the Hokage himself, who is also his student. You don't need to call for me, Minato. I'm already here. You sent a distress signal. And this is more than enough of a proof that Sensei is reliable and he will be here. Are these old coots now trying to test me or something? No, we're not, Jiraiya. But you must know that taking care of the Jinchuriki is quite a lot of responsibility, especially for a single father who is also a Kage. What are you trying to say, Danzo? Said Minato. All I'm saying is that you're young. You can marry a new one. Always is a choice, right? But the thing remains as it is. The child, might have to leave him, because he is pretty much useless to you in the long run. Since he is a Jinchuriki, obviously he will be suffering a lot of setbacks. People detest him. People will need to vent out a rage factor. We need to trample over them. As that is when Minato literally released his killer intent. What in the hell are you babbling about? Are you drunk or something, Danzo? Tell me this much. I I am not. I am only giving you a second choice here. Most people will decide on this, Minato. This is a greater. Before he could finish that, Minato disappeared and appeared in front of him, grabbing him in a neck choke. Listen to me and listen to me well, Danzo Shimura. One more slip up, and I am banishing you from this village. I already know that you're running your route, shinobi forces, because of the slip up earlier. Right now, my men are infiltrating your base. As Danzo's eyes widen, I'm beginning the cleanup now. I was hoping to wait after my child was born and everything was okay. But no. Both Hiruzen-sama and Kushina are gone. And all I have left is my son to protect. And currently, I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust any single one of you. In this room or outside. Except for Sensei. To some limited extent. And that is why I am gonna make sure that this place is a safe haven for not only my son, but all of yours. And even if it means I have to take you out, I will. As everyone gulped, and what followed suit was a clean sweep from Konoha. Not only Danzo was found out but executed, but also many other who were also traitors and selling out secrets were killed. The council was cleaned from head to toe. And the daimyo was informed of this, and he was quite shocked, and he decided to implement the same rule and found a lot of traitors within his own domain. As after that we see, almost 2 years passed by, as Naruto was now currently 2 years of age, as Minato's friends were inside his home celebrating his birthday, as Minato looked quite sad on the same day that was supposed to be quite celebrated, because his son is reached at the age of 2. Minato, I know it's been 2 years, but I'm not telling you to move on, but at least try to act tough and happy in front of Naruto. He's not aware yet. Yes, he's not. But I am. You're not a child. He is, said Tsuzumi. I'm gonna beat you to pulp, Minato, if you don't act up. If Kushina was here, she would have done the same, said Tsuzumi. She had taken a huge impact because of Kushina's death. She and Mikoto both, because both of them were teammates with Kushina at one point, while they were tunings. As now we see, Tsumi then said, "Don't let that kid be sad on the very day that is supposed to be his most happiest. I I won't." As after that we see 2 more years went by like this. Naruto and Minato were each other's anchor. Naruto obviously asked such question where he was his mother and whatnot, but his father always told him that she was in a better place. And the village was now so afraid of Minato that they knew that even if they tried to say something akin to that Naruto was the Kyubi's Jinchuriki even, their neck will roll. Not because he was a Kage, but he was a father. They have already told them that not a Kage will come after them, but Minato Namikaze will himself as a father. And that was more than enough to instill the threat from a man who literally wiped out an army within mere seconds in the Third Great Shinobi War. As now we see, currently inside the Namikaze household, Naruto was meditating, as Minato was in front of him. "Naruto, what are you trying to do, son?" Dochan, I was, trying to unlock my chakra." "Oh, and how's that going along?" "I don't know. You told me that after we unlock chakra, we can do these element techniques, right?" "Not element techniques, right, Naruto? It's ninjutsu. You have to have some elements that you can control and manipulate easily by birth, and then you can learn and train with other elements." "Well, how many do you have?" "Well, I have water, earth, and then there is, well, lightning." "Whoa, really?" As Minato did some handjutsus and made a miniature version of them. "And then there's this." As her Rasengan was formed, as Naruto's eyes sparkled. "Oh, what is that?" "That, my dear boy, is our Rasengan. Your father's prized creation. I created this jutsu. "Oh, really?" "Yes, but it's still unfinished. You see, what you see in front of you is dense, hard chakra. It can be quite dangerous. But I want to add an element to it. And so far it's kind of hard." "Is that so?" As Naruto then began to focus, as what Minato witnessed was something akin to a miracle, as chakra began to form late in Naruto's palm and began to rotate in a much higher pace that it was almost like a wheezing sound there, until Naruto began to add air as a form of element into it, until it began to cause even more of a wheezing sound and turn into a shuriken. "What do you think, Dochan? I know I turned it into a shuriken-like thingy, but it seems like nice, right?" "How did you do that?" I don't know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I have been able to do that for quite a while now. You know? For how long, Naruto? I don't know. A few months since I began my training. Why did you not tell me? I thought maybe it was because I was training it was happening. I told you I was making progress, right?" As Minato then recalled, it was indeed true that Naruto did mention that he was making progress, but not like this. "Ah, son, I told you to make me aware of if anything happens akin to this." "Oh well, you're young, so I don't well blame you for that." "Well, if anything of this sort happen ever again, you better tell me, okay?" "All right, Tojan." As after that time began to pass by, as Naruto entered the academy, and there he somehow ended up being rejected on the very first week. "I'm sorry, what?" said Minato inside his office as Naruto and Iruka were standing there. "I'm sorry to say, Hokage-sama, but Naruto's way of, well, learning and doing things is quite different than traditional shinobi way. I don't see the fault of him not being able to enter then, if he is able to do all the things. That is the thing. He only can manipulate elements and bend it to his will, which is quite unnatural. And not only that, he can't cast other jutsus. He can use chakra. Show him, Naruto." As Naruto literally made visible chakra appear surrounding his fists, and literally got with a single punch broke through a wall. So sorry about that. It's fine. We'll fix that from our paycheck. As Iruka then said, "This is my point, as you were saying, Hokage-sama. I don't know how to teach Naruto. I've been trained traditionally, and all I can do is teach traditional methods. But that that won't help Naruto, I can tell you that much. Hmm, that is correct, what you are saying. I am kind of agreeing to that. As now we see, Naruto was rejected from the academy as both at Minato and Naruto are at home. Listen, son, you don't need to worry about anything that happened. But I was rejected within first week though, John. I tried my best, really I did. I don't know what is wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you, Naruto. You're just special, my dear boy. That's all. For me, it seems like you're blessed with a blessing. To be able to manipulate each and every element, whether it be lightning, water, earth, fire, or even air. You have complete control over it, and bend it to your will but however you'd seem fit without the unnecessary need of using the hand seals like we need to. And that makes you special, Naruto. You think so? Yes, you really are, said Minato with a smile. As that is when there was a knock on the door, and there was standing Jiraiya with a frown on his face. What is it, Sensei? Well, can I come inside? We need to speak. As now we see, that is when Minato noticed that Jiraiya's shoulder was grazed. What happened? You got injured, Sensei. It's not the age factor as you might be thinking. Well, it's because I I was snooping around near Amegakure because of my contacts telling me that an organization of a sort was forming, something akin to a cult. So I thought to investigate, and I found out of something quite dangerous. Well, what did you find out? Ten tails. It really is true, and the bijus are made out of it. And not only that, the real plan, something akin to Moonai plan, is to just put everyone in the world in a genjutsu. And and that is not the reality. The reality is that from our chakra, the tree will harvest everything. Our chakra, the earth's chakra, and bore a fruit. A fruit that will be consumed by the air of the chakra itself, the one who originated chakra on our planet, Kageya Otsutsuki. As Minato's eyes widened. How can this be? Sensei, what if you're telling is true? Then that means that we are. I know, kid. I know. We are screwed. And that is what I'm worried about. We need to do something. Something to make sure that this doesn't happen. Look, I have been snooping around and even tried to tell this to Fukusaka-sama. He told me to get back to Konoha. He will discuss this with us. He'll be here anytime soon now. As lo and behold, on cue, Fukusaka, the great elder toad, then arrived. Jiraiya boy, I presume you have told everything to Minato boy over here. And this must be your tadpole, Minato. Naruto, right? Yes, sir. Hmm, quite a bright child. As that is when we see Fukusaka then said, we have no time to waste. Kamamoto-sama is awoken. What? But why? Something akin to prophecy has changed. And it's time for us to head there. You are also going to be coming with us now, boy. Said Fukusaka as he looked towards Naruto. Me? But I'm not a part. You're soon going to be now. As the three of them went there, as Kamamoto then said, ah, yes, Fukusaka, you brought the child of prophecy. Have you begun his training? Minato. Jiraiya. You remember our names? Of course I do. At least when I'm awake. Uh, Naruto is special, said Minato. He can be trained with a traditional method. Of course he can't. Kami, Yami, and Shinigami-sama blessed my friend, sage of the sixth path, Hagoromo, with extreme foresight. And that is what he saw, that the child of prophecy will be born with extreme and extraordinary power, with their blessings. You mean to say Naruto? Said Jiraiya. Yes, Jiraiya. Naruto is the real child of prophecy, while Minato is someone who will be the key to the victory. Me? Yes. You've both father and son are going to play a vital and pivotal role in order to save our whole world. And that is why Naruto is going to remain here and learn from Fukusaka and Shima and myself about his new role. While the two of you will go back and try to gather as much allies as you can. We we can try that. We have to, said Minato. As soon as we see Naruto and Minato were sad as they bid their farewells and the training journey of Naruto and Mount Miyamboku began. As time went on, Naruto from the age of 8 reached at the age of 15. For more than most part of his life, Naruto remained there, training rigorously, while on the other side, Minato missed him a lot, but he also was doing what he needed to do to make sure that Naruto was the one on the victor side. Currently, right now, Suna as well as Kumo and even Kiri has joined their side and formed an alliance. The only difficulty Minato was having was with, nonetheless, Eva itself, because no matter what he tried to do, he couldn't seem to get through with them. As currently Akage-sama was being held, look, Oniki-sama, for the last time, I know what I did. You don't have to like me or be in complete alliance with me as a form of peace treaty, but the alliance is necessary because this Akatsuki organization is dangerous, and their end goal, if it comes to reality, then we're all doomed. So be it. Otherwise, we are doomed as it is. You're not gonna help either way now, are you? No, we won't. Listen, Oniki, said A, I've had enough of your behavior. If you are not going to respect each and every Kage's wish, who are aiming to not only save our village, but the whole world which is at stake here, then you are no longer in need of the seat. You can leave. What? You cannot take this away from me. By law we can, said Iron Country's head and daimyo, who were seated there as form of moderators since their land was being used for this diplomatic matter. You will regret this. All of you will. And so they went and joined the Akatsuki. Oniki and Akatsuki joined hands and forces, while Minato and the others were on one side. And so a shinobi alliance was formed and the war was declared on them. As soon as it was, on the very first day Naruto descended there, as a form of a meteorite coming down. As soon as Naruto landed there, the fireball vanished and Naruto was standing there, barefooted, wearing traditional robes of the sage, which was orange as well as, well, black. His blond hair now overgrown, as his eyes were deep blue, as they were. And on his shoulder was something quite surprising, a small Kyubi no Yoko. Alright, Kurama. Time to get into action, just like we practice. You're on, kid. And suddenly the baby fox that jumped down from his shoulder turned and morphed into that huge, tall Biju, which was now standing on their side. Naruto, how did this happen? You won't believe what I went through under my training. What did you went through? I met with the sage father, and he told me to go and stop his mother from revival, and seal that monster, Zatsuave. How? As Naruto showed him his palms, the sun and the moon seal. If he is sealed alongside the Geromazo, everything will be safe. And so, Naruto began to do some hand seals alongside his father because he has a plan that he discussed with him. And as soon as the battle began and commenced, both of them alongside the others went into action. And the war began. As at first it seemingly looked like that the Akatsuki had the upper hand, but Naruto, using his elements, was trying his best to overpower them. And not only that, Shinobi side was helping them, but that is when Oniki descended upon them, revealing that he is sided with the Akatsuki. Damn it, Oniki, you betrayed us. You betrayed your own world. Remember this. After this is over, if we survive, and only if, then Eva will be treated as those who have betrayed even their own kind. That is, if you are. And if we win, then we will be the rulers, and you will all be our slaves. As that is when, because of one sour old man, Naruto and Kurama, who were able to, with the help of Sage, able to take them down, lost everything. Because of that old man, Eva became a land that was filled with people who were called rats. Because they were the ones who betrayed and joined the hands of those who wished to destroy the whole world, thinking that they could rule over it. But it was all a foul play of Kaguya and Zetsu. But before anything could happen, Naruto sealed away Zetsu and the Geromazo, saving the whole world and becoming the hero of the rest of the world, while Iwa became envious of this, and they had only one man to blame for this, and that was Oniki himself, a man from past filled with rage and bitterness, because he was weak and they were not. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and stay tuned for a story on my Metaverse channel as well. As this is it for the day, and this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.